The boy was on the verge of death. Suddenly, a ghostly wind blew into the room, and in the next second, it shut the door of the boy's bathroom. At the same time, the toilet began to leak unexpectedly. The accumulated toilet water seemed to have a life of its own, flowing directly towards the boy. However, the boy was completely unaware of the situation, still leisurely trimming his nose hair. Just as the toilet water was about to touch his feet, the boy suddenly turned around and avoided it in time. But to his surprise, the puddle of toilet water chased after him. In the next moment, the boy accidentally stepped on the toilet water, slipped, and his neck was instantly wrapped several dozen times by the clothesline. He struggled to stand up, but the shower gel in the bathtub made it impossible for him to keep his balance. He tried to shout for help, but his throat was so tightly wrapped by the clothesline that he couldn't make a sound. After persisting for 8 hours, the boy finally lost his life and collapsed in the bathtub. Once it was certain that the boy had completely stopped breathing, the puddle of toilet water quietly returned to the toilet, as if it had never been there. However, by the time his best friend rushed over in a panic, the boy's body had already been taken away by the funeral home. Just moments before, while the friend was at home engrossed in his study materials, a torn piece of paper had fluttered onto his lap bearing the boy's name. He felt that this was like a death notice, so he called all the survivors of the recent plane crash to meet. However, when he met with the school bully, they couldn't even talk for 2 sentences before they started arguing again. This made the school bully's girlfriend very angry, and she immediately declared that she was leaving. Just as she was about to turn around and walk away, a large truck sped towards her and crashed into her. Seeing that these survivors were dying one after another in strange ways, the boy was certain that this was definitely not a simple accident. So, after returning home, he carefully studied the explosion route in the plane's cabin at that time. Unexpectedly, he accidentally discovered the Grim Reaper's plan and found out their order of death. However, according to the seating chart, the next victim on death's list was his own homeroom teacher.